There's this quote I once read. I ran into it in high school, and it's something that left an impact on me. It helped me through high school, through college, and even through seminary. And it's helped me even up to this very day. It's something I think about quite a lot anytime I embark on a new task. And that quote was from St. Paisios, the Athonite. And we commemorate him today on July 12th. He's what we would consider a modern-day saint, only reposing in 1994, and then he was canonized by the Ecumenical Patriarchate in 2015. A beloved saint. Everyone really loves this man because he's very humble and he's simple. And all of his sayings are something that is so relatable, something that really strikes the heart, but yet very relatable, tangible, and simple. And this is why he's so popular. And he really exemplifies how God works through a humbled and contrite heart. And so his beauty spreads throughout the world through his teachings, and they're very helpful. And so we honor him today by talking about one of his influential quotes. So there's many quotes out there which you'd be able to find on the internet, and I'll even put some in the description below, and certainly maybe some links to his life. If you've never heard of St. Paisios, I certainly recommend you read about his life, maybe even pick up some of his books on his teaching, because they're very comforting, they're very helpful, and certainly a good saint to know, to pray with, and to build your relationship with Christ with. And so the quote I'm going to focus on today, though, is, "Desire and effort must come from you. God will provide the power and the result." This was something that really stuck with me because if we break it down, it helps in every aspect of our life. You know, sometimes we really focus on in our relationship with Christ of what does he want us to do? Where do we go? How do we do it? Are we doing it right? Are we doing it wrong? Is it good? Is it bad? Are we making God angry? But yet, we don't treat many of our relationships like that. And yet, when it comes to our relationship with God, there seems to always be this disconnect. There's not this relationship in which we're walking on a path with someone who loves us and desires us, and someone who we love and desire, and who we want to learn from, but who is ultimately willing to teach us. And so this first part, desire and effort must come from you. The desire and effort, that's our offering. We have to desire to want to be with God. We have to desire to want to do his commandments. But then not only can we just simply desire it, because that's only the first step, but then St. Paisios leads us to that second most important part, which is the effort. Actually putting forth something, giving something, engaging in that life of Christ. Not only desiring it, but putting some kind of effort. And now when St. Paisios talks about this effort, he's not talking about perfect and flawless effort. Sometimes we get caught in that trap too, where we think that everything we do needs to be perfect. And if we can't offer perfection to the Lord, then it's not even worth trying, or we give up and we become despondent. But effort is a sense of going in the right direction. Even if we're tripping, we're falling, even if we're on the ground sometimes. If we could continue to rise on that same path, this is that effort. And that rising up is that desire. And then the reminder from St. Paisios in the second part. God will provide the power and the results. Because we're not doing this alone. We're not doing this alone. Anything within our lives. Building our relationship with him, with other people, as we try to discern what God's path is for us. As we walk with him, he provides these essential things of power and results. Because it's completely impossible to think that we could accomplish anything without that power from God. Because when we start embarking on this path, we realize the heavy burdens it brings. But when we realize that God will give us strength, even it seems like we're being crushed, we can find the strength, that desire and effort within us to rise because we know that God is with us. that God is calling him to us. And then finally, those results. That he provides the results. And this doesn't mean that everything that we want is going to turn out exactly the way we want it. It's not going to always look the way in which we think these results will turn out. But this is the beauty in walking with God and trusting in God, is that it always comes out better. And when we align ourselves with the will of God, he will provide exactly what is necessary for our salvation and to bring us closer to our ultimate efforts, goals, and desires to be with him. St. Paisios is a perfect example of this. Another reason why his words are so striking is because he lived them all. He experienced them all, and he can share them all with love.